Yes, guys, how is everybody doing? Yes, mate, you okay? How you doing? I'm okay, mate, thank you. I'm okay. Looking forward to this game, to be fair. Brighton, Newcastle. Should be a good game. Yes, mate. You good? Yeah. Hmm. Decent, mate. Not too bad at all. Just having a look at some little bets, but can't seem to be putting them on. How good do Tottenham look this season, man? How good do Tottenham look this season, man? They look ridiculous. Apparently, Chelsea have just missed an insane sitter. Yeah. What's everyone's score predictions then? Come on, let's have them. Both teams need to bounce back after last week's game and results. Chelsea 1-0 down. Great result for Villa and all us other teams. Oh, man. Brentford, last minute equaliser against Bournemouth then. Tottenham 5-2, Burnley getting a consolation goal. So Brentford, Bournemouth then 2-2. Tottenham, Burnley's most likely going to end 5-2 with Burnley getting a thingy goal. Huddersfield have just scored last minute of the game with 3-4 minutes left to go to take the lead at West Brom. What else is happening? City, going to see this 4-1 out by the looks of it. Some decent results here. If Forest can hold out their 1-0 lead against Chelsea, then that'll be a brilliant result for us. Yeah, Burnley Tottenham's finished 5-2. Brentford Bournemouth finishing 2-2. How good do Tottenham Hotspurs look? Haaland gets himself a hat trick then, just inside added time. And there we go. Chelsea losing 1-0 to Forest. Man City 5-1 win against Fulham after going 1-0. Actually, no, they went 1-0 up, didn't they? So, what is everybody's score predictions then for this big game? I think it's got every chance of being a brilliant game, to be honest with you. Both teams are extremely exciting. Both teams are up there. You know, both teams had a brilliant season last year, and both teams having to come back with a point to prove after last weekend's results. So, be an interesting game. You know, Newcastle obviously without Botman, pushing Burn back into the middle. You know, it'll be interesting to see how either team actually decide to turn up today. Obviously, Brighton will want to start on the upper hand, you know, on the front foot being at home. Whereas Newcastle will... Cool, blimey. Never a good thing. I think Newcastle will just try and feel them out a little bit for the first 20 minutes or so. Be very interesting. I think it'll be an extremely good game if both teams turn up. You know, after that, almost a smash and grab from West Ham last week against Brighton, it'll be interesting to see. And after Liverpool's comeback against Newcastle last weekend, which in my opinion was a poor result for Newcastle, if I'm honest with you, with how long Liverpool were down to 10 men, you know, being 1-0 up, letting Nunes come on back 2 inside. Not even 10 minutes, you know, it's not great, and it'll always be a tough one to take them. They'll be sore, you'll be thinking about that in the week, but then you've just got to come into this game and prove a point and absolutely, if you can, make a statement again against Brighton. But Brighton, likewise, after their result against West Ham, they'll be wanting to make the statement here. So it'll be an interesting game, I really do think so. Yeah, I can back that. I can back that, to be honest. I think Brighton will win. Genuinely, I think no Botman in that Newcastle back line is going to be a struggle. I think Matoma will have a field there up against Target or Solly March. I think both of those two will have field days. And that's the thing, like, you lose your leader really at the back. I mean, I know you've got Dan Burns still, who's a joke. But then you've got Matt Target out wide, who's lazy. You've got Trippier out wide, who's not fast anymore, but decent. I think they'll struggle. Newcastle will defensively in this game. I do agree with you. I back Brighton, but then I also feel like Newcastle have got goals. You know, I could see like a 2-1, maybe, and like an Isak or Anthony Gordon scoring. Oh mate, honest to God, no Van Dijk tomorrow. We could back ourselves, man, for a win tomorrow. I really do. I'd love it. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to beat like. Will it not be Matip and Gomez? Where's Matip now? I know obviously Kanate's injured, I think, and obviously Van Dijk suspended. They also shouldn't have Trent. Trent should be out as well, in my opinion. I think he should have been sent off. I actually didn't think McAllister's red card should have been rescinded. I thought it was a red card personally, but it is what it is. I think we'll play it. If we play as well as we can tomorrow, I think that we've got a big chance. Just our defence has to be on it as well. 2 seconds. But I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow. I get to watch it, and the second it finishes, I've got to leave for work. But it's what it is. Last game before international break, so it'd be nice to come away with 3 points. Yeah, so what? Is Matip injured as well then or something? No, I know, but he starts, don't he, at the back, that's all. Listening to what Eddie Howe's chatting. I did just see it all go red and laggy, so I'm hoping it doesn't do it again. Fingers crossed. So we got a 2-0 Brighton. I've said 2-1. Anyone else with a prediction? Ten minutes till kickoff. kick off in 5 minutes or so. So they're just walking out then. It's a big game this. I think it's like all the makings as well to be a brilliant game. Both teams off the back of a poor performance last week. Wow. Newcastle weren't poor until the 70th minute. But, you know. Go on, Brighton. About to kick off. And there we go. Go on, Brighton. Oh, wow. I actually think Isaac needs to do better there. Should be scoring, I reckon. Dunk, I think, gets caught a bit. And then Van Hecken, or however you say the bloke's name. Good defending, but I actually thought Isaac should bag, really. That's stupid, man. Poor that was. Good start from Newcastle. Oh, Isaac. Very good start from Newcastle. They're stooping on the side, sloppy. Two big chances for Isaac. Maybe he could have done better on both of them, but promising sign if you're Newcastle. Brighton take the free kick quickly, and it results in getting another free kick inside Newcastle's half. Chance for Brighton to now apply a little bit of pressure on Newcastle. It's a good ball over the top from Matoma up against Trippier. Trippier does well, though. Trippier does very well. Oh, March. I think Pope always knew it was going over, but it's not bad. It's good a chance. Yeah, I do half think that Pope half knew it weren't going in. It's a great bit of pressing there from Ferguson though. Onshore. Both teams are just high intensity. They're just brilliant. The way they both play. That's why it's going to be such an interesting game, I think. Oh, Trippier's messed up here. Tell you what, Ferguson messed that one up. It's a big, big chance that was. Big chance there. He had a chance to pull it back to João Pedro. Too much pace on it. Falls to March and he just gets that touch wrong. I think if he lays it off to João Pedro, it's a goal. Genuinely, I think it's a goal if it gets into João Pedro. It's better though from Brighton. When I had the ball in this Newcastle half, being much better. That's a great ball. Wasn't really anyone there for him, but he forces a corner. And the corner comes through. Goal kick for Newcastle. Free kick Brighton just inside their own half. Dan Burn all over Ferguson's back. And Brighton really are not holding off with these free kicks and corners. Everything's fast. You know, they're not giving Newcastle a chance to set back into their positions. They just want it taken. You know, if you can keep up with that yourself, then it'll work. But if Newcastle aren't setting in, then neither are you, really. Stupid and messing up on the ball once again. Gives it to Guimarães, whose cross just hits off. I don't even have a Scooby. Must be Gilmore. Matoma, brilliant feet through there. Where's the vision? Made the run. Done well though. Don't know what happened there. Did it take a deflection maybe? Yeah, so March putting the ball across, takes a deflection, Pope just safety, just tries to get there, clatters into the post, but puts it out for a corner. Brighton, after the first couple minutes, started well now. Looking good, looking like the Brighton we all know. But they started the first minute or two very poor, I'll be honest. And it's another corner, surely. Or isn't it? Thought it deflected, to be honest. Two sets, guys. Back. Brighton just moving the ball well, dominating the ball now, which kind of expected. Both teams like to have the ball, but big chance. Oh. Simple for Pope, but he does well. It's a good run. It's a good pick out from Gilmour. Ferguson makes a quite a intelligent run there. Obviously, you've got someone like Dan Burn holding you up though as well. You're always going to be... Dan Burn does well. Just keeps him out wide. Keeps the angle tight. It's always going to be difficult. Good defending that from Van Hecken on the ball. Oh, that took a heavy deflection. Verbruggen does well. Amaron driving into the box there. And is it a shot? No, he goes to actually pull it across goal and dunks. Fletcher takes it in towards goal. Verbruggen does well to react there, pull it out for a corner. Matoma now bringing Brighton forward on the counter. He cuts in. Shame when he had the option down to his left as well. I think it was March. He had Solly March running on the left-hand side there. He had the chance. João Pedro driving into the box in. Nah, never a penalty. Never a penalty. Guimarães gets away with that there though. Gordon does really well. Newcastle having a 2-on-3. Ease that. Shoot. Then. He's pulled it back and there's nobody there. I tell you what, it's great. It's a great idea though. So unselfish as well. So, it's unselfish play from a striker that had a chance to have a shot. You know, if somebody's running into the box late, it's 1-0 Newcastle again. Tell you what, Matoma has so many shots so far. Cross. Oh. Yeah, he's not keeping that in play, is he? Oh, he's done very well. Don't keep that in play. Gilmore with so much space screaming for it then. Brighton just slow it down. That did well there. Nobody there. Well, there was. It just wasn't an accurate pass. $22 in. Been a good game so far. Pretty end to end. However, I would honestly say Newcastle have had the best free chance of the game. They could have been 2-3-0 up by now. However, Brighton are up there as well. Brighton have had chances. I do just think Isaac's got through a couple times. Things like that. Anthony Gordon finds himself getting booked. Guys, by the way, let me know. I'm gonna look into maybe changing colours and things like that when players are sent off. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. The only obvious problem will be substitutions will also be in red. That might be better actually. If we put it in brackets, RC red card, brackets UIC yellow card, and then obviously subs. On will be green, off will be red. It's a great ball over the top for Joelinton. Just can't get it down as he gets sandwiched really between the two. It's a good idea. It's a good ball. It's a great run. It's just killing the space on him really. It's decent. Estupinan sends in. Pope messes up with a pass out. Oh, he saved it. And there it is. 1-0 Newcastle. Ivan Ferguson. Tries to absolutely smash in. It just goes straight to Estupinan. Gilmour absolutely sends it. Again, though, Pope doesn't gather it. It's a rocket by Gilmour. Pope doesn't collect it. He doesn't bring it in. And it's parried straight into Ivan Ferguson's path. Is it Ferguson? Yeah. Ivan Ferguson straight into his path. Impossible to miss, really. Howler, really, from Pope, I'll be honest with you. He has such a simple chance as well, just to give it out to Trippier out wide, and it's fine. Nothing comes of it, but he decides to try and go long, try and get away. And they've been punished. Anthony Gordon just driving inside. Lays off Joelinton. Ooh. Just putting that wide, Joelinton. Ivan Ferguson lays it off to Matoma, who gives it back to João Pedro. Puts it over the bar. It's good football there from Brighton. Quick, sharp passing. The finish isn't great from João Pedro. Ivan Ferguson does really well. Matoma, great little flick into João Pedro's path. Pedro just has to do better with the finish. Guys, I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. So we're 30 minutes in, 1-0 Brighton. I'd like an easy out goal and a Trippier yellow card if possible. Oh, just flashing there in front of Gordon. Tonali putting across the ball across the box. Matt Target recycles, like gives it off to Guimaraes on the edge of the box. To calm it. Share will look to recycle now. Too tight in there. Newcastle looking to break away, but it just seems too slow. Brighton are just all back. Oh, bless me. It's a good ball through towards that there. Just holds it up. Back to Tonali on the edge. Goes out to Almiron, who puts it in just over Joelinton's head. Just can't quite get there. Isak's had a lot of the ball, to be fair. I think Newcastle have had the better chances other than the goal that Brighton scored. And they got punished for their mistakes leading up to the goal and punished for not taking their chances. They had 3 big chances, in my opinion. They didn't take them. Well, 2 maybe. Let them off with 2. Tonali picks up a foul just midway through Brighton's half, really. He gave a little check behind him as he gets the ball. Obviously, he checked where people are, but he also knows the stupid hand's on him. Stupid hand comes in, swipes him. It's always a foul. It's a silly foul. Pretty sure it's a booking as well. Something I do want to just double check. We don't want to be missing out any bookings. Oh, it's a terrible free kick. Okay, then Superman didn't get booked. Thought he did. Matoma giving away a foul just as he's sent through on goal. Diabe, Musa, mates. And that's another booking on the boards for who? Sure. Shaw also finds himself in the book then. It's a corner for Brighton. Gordon just knocking it away. Ooh. Dunk just putting it over the bar. I could see an Anthony Gordon coming off, but I also don't think Almiron's got in the game enough. I think Isaac's had a good game, to be fair. I think Isaac's been alright. I think, you know, let's just place here for Barnes, for... Don't know, if I think that's a foul and a half. You know, I think there's a place for Wilson and going two up top in this game. Anderson and Barnes, I think, could both come on and do something. Murphy even. I think there's room for these players on Newcastle's bench that could come on. I think there's players that could come off at half time, genuinely. And I think Gordon and Almiron are two that seriously could come off. I don't think they've got involved enough. I don't think they've done enough. Almiron there though, just running into space. Gordon now laying it off for Tonali. Puts it back, tries to force it through to Isaac. We are getting... Doesn't actually tell us how much time we're having added on. There is 2 minutes of added time. So Newcastle need to find a goal on this attack, really. You know, they've got this phase of possession now. 2 minutes before half time. If they can find a goal here, finish on the upper hand, be quite nice for them. Anthony Gordon driving there, but that touch is too heavy. And Gross can just clear it. Today's half-time. Brighton find themselves 1-0 up. I think Brighton have been the better side. I think Newcastle got made to pay for their mistake through Nick Pope and missing the couple of chances that they had earlier on in the first half. So, typical football, really. So, good first half, really. I do wonder if Eddie Howe will be looking to make any form of substitutions at half time. Like I said, I don't think Gordon and Almiron have got themselves in the game enough as the way they should have. I think when you got players on the bench like Harvey Barnes, Anderson, I know he's more of a midfielder, but you can still, you can change your system around. You've got that in it. You could bring Wilson on and go two up top. You know, you've got Murphy, Anderson, Barnes, Wilson. All four of those could come on. They're going to have a very creative spark in the game. Might have to switch your setup a little bit, but clearly whatever's happening right now doesn't seem to be working with Almiron and Gordon. I think they're both just struggling to get involved. So we will see how long he goes without changing it. So let's have a quick look at the stats. Where are we? Here we go. So Brighton's 59% possession to Newcastle's 41. So alright for both teams really. Brighton obviously were going to be dominating that ball. Newcastle have come into the game from when there was 70 to 30. Brighton's 12 shots, however, led to Newcastle's 4, which is a big, massive difference. Brighton's 4 on target to Newcastle's 0 as well. So it's all good having limited shots, but you've got to do something with them. They haven't. Brighton have, however, had 5. Newcastle have had 3. So, like, in all honesty, Newcastle's attacking quality is not being good enough. And it reverts back to what I said about Gordon Almiron not getting involved in the game enough, I think. I think Isaac's had a good game. I think he's looked very sharp. He's just not got support from either winger really. Gordon's trying to get into the box, things like that, but Almiron I really haven't seen. Passes, Brighton have had 290, Newcastle 195. Natural, you know, Brighton have had more percent possession. They tried to keep the ball, control the tempo. Newcastle have made 4 saves to Brighton's 1, which again says a lot still, doesn't it? When you look at, you know, Pope's has had to have made 4 saves so far this game. Verbruggen's made 1. You know, he's really not good enough. You've got to test the keeper. He's a young goalkeeper, you know. Test him, throw things at him, put balls in on him, you know. Things like that. He's good with his feet, yeah, but how is he at claiming a cross in the air? How is he at parrying? How's his handling? Hit balls from the edge of the box and just get them on target. All you know, he's going to parry it and it's out for Isaac and it's an easy one if Isaac's on his toes, or Gordon or Almiron. I just don't think Newcastle have tested him more at all enough. Newcastle's 2 yellow cards, 2 Brighton's none. Obviously no red cards either side. Yeah, I just think you need to see more. Newcastle. I need to see more from Newcastle going forward. I don't think they've been good enough. As I keep saying, Isaac's the only player really going forward that I've like the look of. Of course, you know the midfield has gone forward, which I've liked. I think Tonali's been okay. Guimarães and Joelinton been the same. You know, I haven't noticed them majorly, but that's okay. But the wingers, you know, Almiron and Gordon, you've got to do more, man. Get on the ball. Drive at people. Shoot on the edge of the box. Test that goalkeeper. Verbruggen, he's new, he's inexperienced, he's young. Test him. I know obviously he played last week as well. But test him. Played last week, conceded 3. Test him, man. Guys, I'll be back in 2 minutes or so. Yes, and guys, I'm now. Oh, give me a moment. Yes, and guys, I'm back, and the second half is back on the way. Has there been any subs, by the way? Doesn't look like it. Just can't see Anthony Gordon on the screen at the moment. Tonali's done very well there. Yeah, so no changes. As of now. Trippier bundles Matoma over there. Just outside the Brighton box. Well, he stops a counter-attack, I suppose, but he's just eager to get the ball, I think, and revive the attack. And obviously the eagerness gives away a free kick and lets Brighton just reset. And then Brighton win a second free kick just inside their half there. Burn again bundling over, I think it might have been João Pedro or Ivan Ferguson. Does look like Veltman may be coming off for James Milner. It's throw-in to Newcastle. However, Brighton win it back. They don't. Goes straight back out for a Newcastle throw-in. And that's a Brighton throw in. High in the Newcastle half. And around the box. Ferguson does really well there up against Burn. Oh. It weren't a bad idea, but I don't think it's ever something that's going to come off, really. If I'm being honest. March does really well there. As he drives forward, puts it into Pedro. His first touch makes it horrible for him. March still giving Guimarães a lot of pressure though. And that pressure wins Brighton a throw in. It's decent that. The first touch from João Pedro kills the entire move, unfortunately. But who was offside then? So the offside flag was actually up anyway. So it wouldn't counted. Almiron does well there. As he gets it out wide to Matt Target, who brings it inside for Anthony Gordon. And it's cut out the pass going across field there by, I can only assume it's a Stupinam. I just don't think Gordon and Almiron have been good enough today. I think that's what's been Newcastle's biggest letdown. And Gordon's been very good this season as well. Like, let me just say, Anthony Gordon I've been really, really pleased with. Since the summer, when he was with the under-21s. I've been very pleased with Anthony Gordon. Thought he's been brilliant. Just struggled this game. It's a good spot that is though. Rose puts it in. I tell you what, Trippier gets very much away with one there. He gives it away in his box. He's on the penalty spot. He's giving it away to João Pedro, who I think he's just messing about a lot. And then he tries to lay it off for Ivan Ferguson, and it just doesn't happen. Yeah, honest to God, Newcastle, very poor. Not being impressed with them today. They just seem nervous. At the back, they seem so nervous. Their wingers don't want to get in the game. The only bright thing is Isaac. Isaac's looked hungry. He's looked decent. But even now, like, his chances have died down. But as a striker, he can only do what's in front of him. You know, you can't expect him to run the show. You've got to give him some service, and he's not had that. Really do. I think Newcastle are being poor. And it comes a corner from the Brighton throw. For Brighton. Newcastle fans very loud, as always. March puts it in. It's too high for Ferguson. And it goes out for a goal kick. as we bring in some subs. Brighton running forward now. Ivan Ferguson, decent movement there, but Target does well. Target does very well. Comes from Joel Linton, giving the ball away in the middle of the pitch. So the change of what I thought was going to happen has happened in a sense where Almiron's made way. Joel Linton, okay. Tonali, when I saw the players coming on, I always knew it was Longstaff for Tonali. Anderson for Almiron. No, for Joel Linton, obviously makes sense because it's like for like almost. And then Isaac will be coming out wide and Wilson through the middle. Newcastle go on the search for a goal and something to just change the game, change the wave of the game, because so far Newcastle haven't been in it. Obviously they started very well, Brighton started very slow, but since the first 5 minutes probably, Brighton have been better than them. And Newcastle don't get the corner, which I thought it was. Let me have a look at this. Just over the goalkeeper. Again, though, you know, you've put the ball in, it's on the goalkeeper, he's come through, he gets nowhere near it. Why haven't you done that all first half? Solly March chasing that ball down. It's a brilliant press from Brighton, but Estupiñán messes up that passing. You know, you've worked all that hard, sprinting your ass off to win that ball back, and you just try and fizz one in. It just goes straight to a Newcastle centre half. It's frustrating, but I was running here out. And it's great defending there from Van Hecke. Just stands him, doesn't let Isaac go anywhere. He's still out wide, still out wide, still out wide. And he timed it perfectly just to put his foot in there as well. So it just knocks the ball a little bit too far. Great defending. Newcastle don't do enough from the corner. But again, Verbruggen comes for the corner, doesn't get near it. And yeah, Verbruggen not getting near the corner again. It's got to be encouraging signs to put that ball on the keeper. You know, he's going to either mess up, the ball's going to drop down, or Brighton fans. You just got to throw everything you have at it. Then it's all on you lot to be on your toes. It's a Brighton throw-in. Brighton just looks so good and so up for all this stuff. That's a throw-in back to Newcastle. Veltman ignoring the João Pedro run. Gives it out to Solly March and goes back out for a Newcastle throw-in. Brighton comes steaming forward, but João Pedro's pass just too much on it. Gilmore does very well there. Wow. 2-0. Brighton. It is a brilliant finish. How far has he got to be out there? It's got to be 25 yards or so out, I think. Comes in, Billy Gilmore. This is all about him keeping this alive. It's a poor first touch before Giroud can get there. He just slides in, plays it through to Ferguson, who turns, got so much space. He's just placing it into the bottom corner. It's about 25 yards out. It's a brilliant finish. Just place it inside that bottom corner. Fair play, Brighton. More than what they deserve. Newcastle have been very disappointing today. And it's a game I feel that they had to win. I know you've had the hardest start of anybody in the Premier League, you know, but you spanked us first game of the season, which is looking more and more like a freak result. You got beat by City. Okay, City. You got beat by Liverpool. You should never have lost that game at 1-0 up. Liverpool down to 10 men for 60 minutes. 60 minutes, not 60. And now you find yourselves 2-0 down to Brighton, away from home, and you've never looked in the game once after the first 5 minutes. Terrible game. Now you've got to bounce back. You have to score the next goal. And it has to be early. As they come forward now. Plays it through. Oh, Anderson to Gordon. That's a terrible, terrible finish from Anthony Gordon there. Anderson drives it across goal. Again, nobody there though. Nobody's even running onto it. Gordon coming onto the edge of the box. And he just drags it wide. Just drags it wide, man. There is a penalty shot, however, in here. And I'm all for it if Wilson's on the ball, but I don't think it plays a part in it. If Wilson gets a touch on that ball, it's a penalty Newcastle, I'll be honest with you. But he doesn't have a touch on the ball. And he's never getting a touch on the ball. And Matt Target now finds himself in the book, which is great for me. Anthony Gordon almost catching Verbruggen out, but Verbruggen actually makes him look silly. And Brighton now break. João Pedro takes one touch too many. The shot cuts out, but it comes straight into the midfield of Brighton still. Plays a simple pass into Ferguson. That ball shouldn't be getting into your striker's feet that easy. And it's another for Ferguson, who makes it 3-0 Brighton. It will be very interesting to see if they give this to Ferguson, as it did take a major deflection in, but Newcastle have been terrible. He's out storming down this down side, but it's easily cut out there by Van Hecker. Honestly, Newcastle been absolutely poor. Brighton will just be trying to, slow the game down now, control it, protect a clean sheet maybe even. And I can't really blame them. Newcastle, don't know what to say. Another 2 substitutions for Newcastle with Lascelles and Barnes coming on. Right, sorry guys, I'm back, sorry. Oh mate, Newcastle have been terrible. They've been so bad. They started, in all fairness to them, they started the first 5 minutes of the game. They were decent. First 5 minutes, I thought, oh, Brighton looked bad. And since then, been all Brighton. All Brighton since then. Yeah, been a bad day for Newcastle. Brighton do now just seem to be taking the mick, in all honesty. Honestly, I can't blame them. Still can't believe 8 minutes in, no shot on target from Gordon or Solly March from our bet builder. Isaac didn't score either. You know, it's such frustrating. Newcastle letting themselves and the fans down today, really. Chew. Oh, bless me. And that's Lamptey, but Cher gets away, probably getting sent off if Lamptey goes down as well. Tell you what, if Lamptey goes down there, Cher's off, and Newcastle's day just gets from bad to worse. But that's honest play though from him, and that's a good thing. You know, 3-0 up, anyone can go down and get you a man sent off, ruins you for the next game back as well. But he stays on his feet, tries to get his fourth. Fair play to him. There's a lot of players that go down screaming and shouting there. So... Brighton's next 6, United away, Bournemouth at home, Villa away. Some really tough fixtures there. Playing 5 of their next 6 games are against top 7 sides from last season. It's a tough fixture this to come back to after the international break. And Bournemouth away. No, Bournemouth was at home actually. It's not too bad. It's Bournemouth away, it's even harder. Ooh. Don't want to see that. Ooh. James Milner also finds himself in the book. Need to keep my arms down now. Jesus, that's bad. Just under 5 minutes left till we find out the added time. And I've got to say, Newcastle, bad day at the office. Real bad. I expected so much more from you. It's football. Brighton, can't take anything away from them. They've been outstanding. But if Newcastle had turned up and played as well as everybody knows they can, I don't think it would have been a walkover of 3-0. I think it would have been much tighter. However, I still think Brighton would have won this game, maybe 2-1, but it'd have been more of a struggle. And obviously, since the 70th minute, I think Brighton have just been more managing the game than trying to get a fourth. Can't really blame them. So, another change for Brighton, and it is their last change of the game. Giving Adingra just a few minutes, which is okay. Give Pascal Gross for the last 5 minutes off before he goes and meets up with Germany for his first call-up. As Newcastle have a free kick here, just inside their half. Trippier's going to try to swing it in. It's an extremely high line from Brighton. Burn wins the first. It just doesn't reach Wilson, though, as he's running onto it there. And Verbruggen will just drop this ball by his feet now as he's... just take your time, no need to rush. A stooping hand come running down this wing now. You know, Brighton should have goals in them. That's a mad thing. Matoma lays it off to Adingra. Tees it up really for a volley. And it's a good block. It's full, so still to a stooping hand on the edge. As Brighton keep it alive. Dahoud. Newcastle just do well just to sort of slow that attack down there. Right, and obviously, of course, they're going to try and manage it as well. So they don't mind that, you know, 3-0 up. Let's protect that clean sheet, really. No, Brighton now are just managing the game. With 7 minutes of added time. So don't be trying to hold on to the ball yet, Brighton. You still get another 1 or 2 here. You know, this football, though, strange things happen. Newcastle, it's very doable to score 2 or 3. Well, 3 in 7 minutes. It'd be a calamity for Brighton. But that's why you can't give up, though, really. If you're Newcastle now, you've still got to try and attack this. And even, it's consolation. Get a goal. Get a consolation goal. You know, Wilson should be sitting there going, I can get one for my tally here, you know, if I want to. So we have 6 minutes remaining of added time. It's a disappointing game, really, from Newcastle. And there it is. Callum Wilson gets the goal. It is consolation, of course. But it does, however, ruin Brighton's clean sheet. consolation goal for Newcastle, of course. You know, but they got a chance to make this game seem nowhere near as like they got a chance to make this game seem much tighter than it was. You know, every goal counts really in this league. You know, got goal difference. You know, by the end of the season, might come down to finishing 6th and 5th for Champions League or Europa League, and that 1 or 2 goals here might be in it. Never know. Dahoud now gets himself in the book as well. Share. Looks like he's got a bit of cramp. He's going to carry on with 2 minutes left. And Evan Ferguson, more than well deserved, gets himself man of the match. 4 shots, 4 on target, 3 goals. Oh, Lamptey wins it after a short pass. An absolute stitch up from the Brighton back line as he smashes forward there. You know, I don't even know who it is. Is it? Might be Lascelles. No, Guimaraes actually. Absolute stitch up of a pass. Lamptey wins it. Absolutely sends it forward. Sprinting. He's played it across. Matoma just miskicks it. Goes out for a Newcastle goal kick. And it looks like this could be the last action of the game now. And Lallana also finds himself into the butt now. Just near the end. With Sean Longstaff also getting in Lallana's face a little bit. And this will surely be it after this free kick. Trippier sends it long.
You search for a second if possible, and it's easy and simple for Brighton to set it up into Verbruggen's hands. And there is a full-time, a very well-deserved 3-1 win from Brighton. And to be honest, they don't even deserve to concede. Newcastle, poor side 5 minutes, has a better side, but since then it's been all Brighton. Yeah, don't know what more to say, really. Newcastle just not good enough the last 2 weeks, really. As much as everyone's saying 60, 70, 80th minute, they were decent against Liverpool. You were 1-0 up, 60 minutes left to go. You've got to kill the game off. You know, we're a Liverpool side down 10 men, and you come to Brighton, you've got to get something from this. And you don't, you get battered. So a quick recap on the stats. Brighton's 56% possession to Newcastle's 44%. Fair dues. Brighton's 15 shots to Newcastle's 9, which is an improvement on their first half from Newcastle. With Brighton's 6 shots on target to Newcastle's 2. Again, an improvement because Newcastle had nothing on target. Newcastle's 4 shots off target compared to Brighton's 5, but I expect that after Newcastle having 6 shots less, they should have less off target, really. Oh, the headset's made the dent in my head. Brilliant. Passes, Brighton 561 to Newcastle's 429. What else have we got? Nick Pope, the 4 saves. Verbruggen, the 2. You've got to test Verbruggen so much more as a young goalkeeper. You don't know how good he is. You know, when Newcastle were putting a couple balls on his head from the corners and he was getting nowhere near him. You know, why aren't you testing him from long range? If he catches it, then you know he's got safe hands. But smash at him, let him parry it, get your attackers on their toes. And it's a different story, I think. You know, Brighton, the 14 fouls won, Newcastle 17. Both sides 4 yellow cards each. As you can see, all of Brighton's 4 out of their 5 subs getting booked. But that's fine because they're there to manage the game, you know, make those tactical fouls, get in the ears a little bit of that Newcastle midfield and just wind them up that little bit. But guys, that was, in fact, our watch along God for weekend with Brighton Newcastle. What a game it was. Full of neutral. If you're a Newcastle fan, I'm very sorry, but for the neutral it was great. Especially me, someone who isn't a big fan of Newcastle anyway. But yeah, if you enjoyed, please drop a like, subscribe.